We just got through doing this video right here. They want us to see the solar eclipse. I'm going to show you the video. Well, let me see if I can get to it. Let me get it over here. You all, the solar eclipse that is going to occur. You can see right here, it was like the New Madrid, right here, New Madrid fault line, magnitude of something. Let's get to it. Solar eclipse right there. This is important. During the live stream, someone was something about the sun rising in the west during the live stream. And I've come underneath this video right here. You can see it. They want us to see the solar eclipse. That's what it's titled. April the 8th of 2024. You come on down underneath this. Look at this. You come underneath this. Look at the comments. The sun, where is my cursor? The sun suddenly decides to move west to east on April the 8th. You see this right here, you all? Okay, now look at this one. Tina, have you looked at the path of the eclipse? Is the sun rising in the west on that day? There is rumors trying to cover up final battles. The Hadith, according to the Hadith, the hour will not come until the sun rises in the west. You all, this is a prophecy that's tied to this right here. Oh my gosh, my nose is running. It's like, no, is there something? There's something going on. There's something going on. If the sun is rising in the west on that day, I remember a year or two ago, I had some gentleman, either think it on the Facebook or something through the messenger. He asked me, Gina, which direction is the sun rising? And I was asking him why. And he said, according to Islam or Muslim faith, that when the sun rises in the west, it's a big turning point. It's a big turning point according to Muslims. So I've pulled this up. I have pulled this up. You can see this goes around with it. You can see it, the hour will not come until the sun rises. The sign of the hour according to Islam. We're going to hear it. I'm going to read it to you because I think it's important to know. When the sun rises from the west. That's really what my title of my video should be. When the sun rises from the west. Hold on a second right there, you all. Hold on one moment. Something is happening. Wait a second. I feel like I got some allergies all of a sudden. I mean, the sun rises from the west. You can see these images right here. Sun rises from the west according to prophecy. And it's coming, it's right on the tails of the eclipse. On the tails of the eclipse, you're going to read it. And we're going to go straight to this right here. Abu Hura, may Allah be blessed and pleased with him, reported by the prophet, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, and said, the hour will not come until the sun rises from the west. When it rises from the west and people see it, they want everybody to go outside and see that eclipse. If it's truly rising from the west and the people see it, they will, here's according to this prophecy, they will believe in Allah. They will believe in Allah, but that will be the time when the belief will be of no benefit to those who did not believe before or those who did not do some good through their faith. Surat Al-An'am 158. The hour will come so suddenly that the two persons spreading a garment between them will not be able to finish their bargain, nor will they be able to fold it up. The hour will come when a man carrying his milk of his she-camel but cannot drink it. The hour will come when someone is not able to prepare the tank to water his livestock, and the hour will come when one of you has raised his food to his mouth but cannot eat it. This is, you can see it right here. You are. There's something major going on with the April the 8th, and if that sun is going to be rising in the west, that's even more major. Hello, you heard that today. You heard it today. I remember it was been a year or two ago when the guy asked me, Gina, what direction is the sun? And he explained to me, according to prophecy, that is going to come. You know how it says in the Bible, in the book of Revelation, book in At that time, two will be in the field. Here, this is what this reminds me of. Two will be in the field. Two will be in the field. Be in the field. One taken and the other left. Okay, look at this. Matthew. This is Matthew. This is the hour. It's talking about the hour. Who is being taken? Who is being taken in Matthew 24, 40, 41? The two men will be in the field. This is reading like the what was it? The Hadith. It reads like the Hadith. It does. The hour will come when two persons spreading a garment between them will not be able to finish their bargain, nor will they be able to fold it up. The hour will not come until the man carrying the she-camel cannot drink it. The hour will come when someone is not able to prepare the tank. The hour will come when one of you has raised the food to his mouth. So it says two. The two people spreading the garment. You also come over to here. Two women will be grinding oat at the mill. One will be taken, the other left. One of the interpretations. So there's something going on, something major. Major is going on. Two men will be in the field. One will be taken, the other one left. Two women will be grinding with the hand mill. One will be taken and the other left. What's that saying? Read the full chapter. Read the full chapter, you all. You just tuning in. There is a prophecy about the sun rising up in the west, according to the Hadith. And it's a turning point. It is a major, major turning point. Look. But this is different. So this one says, so when you see standing in the holy place, the abomination that causes desolation spoken of through the prophet Daniel, let the reader understand. Then let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains. Let no one go on the rooftop to take one out. Let no one go back in the field to get their cloak. How dreadful it would be in those days for pregnant women and nursing's mother. Pray that your flight will not take place in the winter or on the Sabbath, for there will be great distress, unequaled from the beginning of the world, never to be in those days. If anyone tells you, look, immediately after the distress of those days, well, look at, for as lightning that comes from the east is visible in the west, so will be the coming of the Son of Man. The sun will be dark and the moon will not give its light. The stars will fall. Okay, let me see this. Where are the two people in the field? We ain't got down to that yet, you all. Okay, nobody got it. But about that hour, the day and hour unknown. This right here is reading as if it's from the Hadith. This is the hour. They're talking about the hour. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. But about that hour, no one knows, not even the angels in heaven or the Son, but only the Father. As it was in the days of Noah, so it will be at the coming of the Son of Man. For in the days before the flood, people were eating and drinking and marrying, giving in marriage until the day Noah entered the ark. And they knew nothing would happen until the flood came and took them all away. That is how it will be at the coming of the Son of Man. Two will be in the field, one will be taken and the other left. Two women will be grinding with the hand mill. You need to keep watch. Keep watch. You do not know what day. So this is talking about the day and hour unknown. And this is when I think this is when their Messiah comes back. The Messiah comes back. In this right here, you all, listen to this. The messenger of Allah. You just tuning in, you all. This is important. If that sun is truly rising in the west, this is a prophecy according to Islam coming straight out. I don't know if you all just heard it today. Can you all, did you hear that today? It says the messenger of Allah, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, informs us in the Hadith about the signs of the hour that will emerge at the end of times. One of them is that the sun will rise from the west, according to the Hadith. According to the Hadith, the hour, at that hour. One of them is the sun will rise from the west, and when it does, people will see it. They will believe in Allah, but when it rises from the west, belief will be of no benefit to those who did not believe before or those who did not do some good through their faith. The verse means that a disbeliever who sees the sun rising from the west without having already believed in Allah will believe not. So now listen. On the day when some of your Lord's signs come, refers to the rise of the sun from the west. Know that the sun runs by Allah's power, and it goes down and prostrates itself, and then it seeks permission to rise, and after the permission is given, it heads to the rising place. But when the night comes, the permission will not be given to it for as long as Allah wishes, and then it will be said, return to where you came from. So it will then turn back to setting place and rise from there. It will go back to the east and rise from there, I guess. And go from the setting place. Whoever remains a disbeliever before that will not benefit from this. The hour will come when the buyer and the seller spread their garment between them and conclude, before concluding there, and it will not benefit them. The hour will come when they transaction and being able to fold it back. The hour will come when a man has taken his milk in a she-camel but will not be able to drink it. And the coming of that hour is no more than the blink of an eye, or quicker, for Allah is most capable of all things. This is prophecy. If that sun rises from that west, there is prophecy right there. It's been spoken of. The pole ship would be a flipping, yes, low keys, honey. Yeah, I'm getting hot up here. It's getting hot. Have you all heard that? Someone's on here said they heard that the sun was going to rise in the west that day. Did you hear it? New York said, don't forget to listen to George Norrie. Are you serious? Are you serious about this? Jason, George Norrie, and Linda Howe, they're having Roseanne Barr on the Midnight 4. Where's your water, you all? You got to get your water. Get you some water going. My nose is getting red, too, up here. I'm getting myself all hot. No, this is, we got the devil comet coming, too, you all. The devil has been cast down to you, for he's full of fury. He knows his time is short. The devil comet, according to this, is going to be visible. The devil's going to be visible during the April the 8th, 2024 comet. When the sun is darkened, then you will be able to see the stars in the sky, and you'll be able to get a glimpse of the devil's comet. But according to the hadith, if the sun is going to be rising from the west, this is the hour. This is the hour of it. Belief in the last day is what it is. This is it. That's it. The death of the last day. The sun rising in the west. Make sure to if I do this. Is the sun rising from the west? Let me type this in. We got to see this, you all. Sun rising in the west. We gotta look at this while we can. While we're on the subject of the eclipse. That eclipse is all in the news, and we're gonna make it in this right here. Sun rises in the west. Sun. Well, you guys just gonna have to look up here. Just go look up there at that. Right there. Go look right there. Sun rising in the west. Sun rising in the west. April 8, solar eclipse. Are you gonna see it? I can't see it. I can't see it on here. No. I want to see it. Sun rising in the west. Sun rising in the west on the eclipse. Eclipse. Solar eclipse. E-C-L-I-P-S-E. No, see, this is what my keyboard's been doing to me lately. It's not been letting me type my words in. It's like it's been taken over. Sun, solar eclipse, S-O-L-A-R, eclipse, E-C-L-I-P-S-E, sun rising in the west. Why does a solar eclipse move west to east? That's what they're talking about. That's what they're talking about. That's what they're talking about. X marks the spot. Why does the eclipse move west to east? Here's why. The path of a solar eclipse travels in the opposite direction of that of the sun. Wow. This is of a special report, you all. This is a special report right there. They're pulling out all the stops. They're pulling out all the stops on this. We've got to get all the information you can get. This article is part of a special report on the total solar eclipse that will be visible from the parts of U.S., Mexico, and Canada on April the 8th of 2024. The sun rises in the east and it sets in the west. A glimpse at the map in April of 2024, the North American solar eclipse, however, shows a path from east to west. That's what it's saying. It's showing a path from east to west. That's going to make the sun rising in the west. See, the sun is a full sun. It's rising up in the west. It's going to get covered up. Is that what it means? Something like that. It's going to get covered up, you all. This is very important. It's all over the news. And for this to be said, this article is part of a special report. It's connected to the Hadith, the prophecy. When they're talking about these, they're talking about, what are we talking about? Talking about the towns in Nineveh, Nineveh, these towns with Nineveh in it. You know what happened in Nineveh? Jonah was told to go to Nineveh and warn the people of their ways. According to the Bible, Jonah was supposed to go to Nineveh and warn those people that judgment was coming to them. He didn't want to. He did not want to have to go, and he sat and he complained. Then he complained about having to sit under a shade tree. He didn't want to go down and do what God told him to do. And so he complained, and God called the shade tree to wither up. And then he complained, or he complained because it was so hot or something like that. He finally went down there, and I guess the people turned from the ways. But it's Nineveh. This is all, you know, this is what he's supposed to go tell Nineveh people. That's what it is. We're supposed to be reading this, you all. This is true. This is the total solar eclipse. Just like Luke in 24, you all. This is important. Special report. It's telling everybody go outside. They want you to see. And the devil is coming. A glimpse of the map, however, shows a path from the west to the east. The answer lies in the relationship between the rotation of the earth. We could even have a pole flip, like someone said in here, and the orbit of the moon. The moon, the arrangements can be a bit tricky to visualize. Well, it shouldn't have to be a trick. First, let's look at the total solar eclipse path. On April the 8th, the moon shadow will fall back on the earth. Moon shadow, blocking out the sun along an approximately 100-mile wide track that will cross through central Mexico, pass through Texas, and cut diagonally across the continental USA, and it will skim along the countries. I keep hearing warning. I got sirens outside. Police sirens going down the road. And when I finish my first video, I want you to know when I got down through here, finishing the first live stream about the eclipse, I walked to the living room, went to the door. My husband goes, Gina, look at this. I don't know if Rosie did this. Out there in the mulch was a dead red bird. A cardinal was dead in the mulch. Its feathers were scattered all over the place. And that cardinal would come every day and it would sit in the tree and it would eat. It would drink from the water. I came downstairs after the live stream right before this, and the bird's out there, and he put it in let it go into the woods. I don't know if that's a sign, but it's not going to be drinking from that water no more. It's gone. I don't know if Rosie did it. I don't know what happened, but that I took it as a spiritual symbolic meaning. And there were sirens going off. Let's look at the total solar eclipse. Let's block out the sun. It will take the skim. New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, Newfoundland, Labrador, It moves into the opposite direction of the sun's apparent trek over the earth. But during an eclipse, the motion of the moon's shadow will, not the sun, is what matters. It's the moon's shadow that matters, not the sun. Each rotates from the west to the east. Michelle Nichols, director of the Public Observing at Adler Planetarium in Chicago, imagined vantage point on the planet rolling from west to east each morning to greet the sun, which thus appears to rise over the eastern horizon. So this is the eclipse path right here. Within the shaded region, the totality latches at the center line, regions and a half right there. Oopsie. Oh, now you see it right there. You are. There's something going on. Can I get out of that? Let me shrink it down. I wanted to see what they said. The sun rising from the Earth's rotation during a solar eclipse. Yeah, I'm going to get it back here. You're just tuning in. There is a prophecy tied with the sun rising in the west, and according to this total solar eclipse, it's going to appear as if the sun is rising from the west and going to the east, is what it's saying. And X marks the spot for the United States, right there in the center. Right there in the center, right along this area right here, right along right there. X marks the spot. During a solar eclipse, the moon comes between the earth and the sun, which all three bodies, there's three bodies. Oh, great. There's the number 3. 3 bodies lined up on the same plane so that our natural satellite blocks the star's light and casts the shadow on Earth's surface. Suddenly, the west to east motion of the moon in the sky becomes far more obvious than it usually is. As the moon passes across the face of the sun, it casts the shadow in the same direction in which it was moving, from west to east. It's a rising and setting concept. 1,000 miles an hour. So you can see it. So they're saying that this sun is going to literally, the solar eclipse moves west to east. Here's why the solar eclipse travels in the opposite direction of the sun. That's what it says. The opposite direction of the sun, and there is a prophecy in the Hadith, and it, yeah, it's talking about it. They want you to see it. While the moon normally rises in the east and sets in the west, this total solar eclipse, the moon rises from the west to the east with the sun. You don't know, it just says something feels off. It really does feel off. I'm just going to tell you. You see it? I think it's all connected. It's all connected. You just tuning in. Please give this video a thumbs up, you all. And major signs of the day of judgment. The rising of the sun from the west. The rising from the sun of the west. The X marks the spot right there with the New Madrid. Let's hope nothing happens. Okay, let's hope this is uneventful. But you can't stop prophecy from happening. You can't. There's forces out there much bigger than me and much bigger than you. We got to be aware. We got to stay alert, and we got to always be aware. And got to get ready. Get yourself ready on the inside of your being. Get yourself spiritually strong. If you need to get any supplies, like they're telling the other towns, the towns of Nineveh, the reason they're saying Nineveh, there's a reason they're saying the towns of Nineveh. Because Jonah had to warn them in Nineveh. He had to warn them, Jonah and Nineveh. Jonah warns Nineveh. Let me see it. He does. He trying to flee from the Lord. That's what it said. Jonah flees from the Lord. The word of the Lord came to Jonah, son of Amittai. Go to the great city of Nineveh and preach against it, because its wickedness has come up before me. But Jonah ran away from the Lord, headed to Tarshish. He went down to Joppa, where he found a ship. Y'all, you gotta know what happened here, because this is what happened. He went below deck. He lay down and he fell asleep, and the captain told him, "How can you sleep? Get up and call on your God." That's what he told him. Call on your God. Maybe he'll take notice of us and we won't perish. Then the sailors said to each other, "Come on, let's cast our lots and let's find out who's responsible for this calamity." They cast their lots, and the lot fell on Jonah. They asked him, "Tell us who is responsible for all of this trouble. What kind of work do you do, and where do you come from? What is your country, and from what people are you?" He said, "I'm a Hebrew, and I worship the Lord, the God of heaven, who made the sea and dry land." This terrified them, and they said, "What have you done?" They knew he was running away from the Lord, because he had already told them so. This is a story in the Bible. The sea was getting rougher and rougher, so they asked him, "What should we do to make the sea calm down for us?" You know what he said? He said, "Pick me up and throw me into the sea, and it will become calm. And I know that this is my fault, that this great storm has come upon you." Instead, the men did their best to row back to land. And then they cried, "Please don't let us die for taking this man's life, and don't hold us accountable for killing an innocent man." They took Jonah and they threw him overboard, and the raging sea grew calm. At this, the men greatly feared the God. Okay, look at this. So look at, he said it. And then he got swallowed by a huge fish. You know, what if that huge fish was like a great big boat, some submarine or something like this? This is what happened to him. And we got the towns that the eclipse is coming through. April the 8th of 2024. There's a rumor going around that it's going through Nineveh, Texas. The eclipse will occur. This is what these people say. Jonah and the eclipse in ancient Nineveh. The biblical scholar Donald Wiseman speculated that the eclipse took place around when Jonah arrived in Nineveh and urged the people to repent, otherwise the city would be destroyed. This would explain the dramatic repentance of the people of Nineveh as described in the book of Jonah. So this person is saying that the eclipse will occur in Nineveh, Texas, Nineveh, Missouri, Nineveh, Indiana, which is the highest magnitude of eclipse at 1023. Local time predicted 3:07 p.m. Nineveh, Ohio, Nineveh, Pennsylvania, Nineveh, Virginia, New York, Nova Scotia. And these also happen to be right here. You don't like what I'm saying? That's just too bad. I got to get this message out. Regardless, you don't have to agree with me, but please keep your comments respectful. We gotta figure this out. And it's okay if I read scripture to match what they're talking about, these towns of Nineveh. And the X marks the spot. The X marks the spot right here. X marks the spot right there. New Madrid fault line. So I'm going to get the message out, and you don't have to like it. And that's just too bad. You do not have to like it. I'm going to read it anyhow. I want to see where he hid under the tree. I want to see where he hid for the tree. Let me see. He hid first. Let me see. He went below deck. Okay, Jonah fled the Lord. Why did you flee the Lord, Jonah? You didn't want to tell him. In my distress, I called to the Lord, and he answered me from the deep in the realm of the dead. He was in the realm of the dead. He called for help, and you listened to my cry. You hurled me into the depths, into the very heart of the seas, and the current swirled about me. All your waves and breakers swept over me. I said, I have been banished from your sight, yet I will look again toward your holy temple. And the engulfing waters threatened me, and the deep surrounded me. The seaweed wrapped around my head. We're talking about Nineveh and the eclipse. The roots of the mountains I sank down. The earth beneath me barred me in forever, but you, God, brought me up from the pit. When my life was ebbing away, I remember you, Lord, and my prayers rose to you, to your holy temple. Those who cling to worthless idols and turn away from God's love for them, I shout with great praise, sacrifice to you, I will say salvation from the Lord. Rosie, honey, I hear you up here. So Jonah went to Nineveh. He was told the second time, the word of the Lord came to Jonah a second time. You're going to have to see this. Go to the great city Nineveh and proclaim it the message I give you. Jonah obeyed the word of the Lord, and he went to Nineveh. Now, Nineveh was a very large city. It took 3 days. There's the number 3 again, to go through it. Jonah began going on a day's journey into the city, proclaiming 40 more days. 40 more days, and Nineveh will be overthrown. The Ninevites believed God. At fast they proclaimed, and all of them, from the greatest to the least, be put on sackcloth. When Jonah's warning reached the king of Nineveh, he rose from his throne, took off his royal robes, covered himself with a sackcloth, and sat down in the dust. This is the proclamation he issued in Nineveh. By the decree of the king and his nobles, do not let people or animals, herds or flocks taste anything. Do not them let eat or drink, but let the people and their animals be covered with sackcloth. Let everyone call urgently on God. Let them give up their evil ways and their violence. Who knows? God may relent with compassion and turn from his fierce anguish, so we will not perish. So when God saw what they did and they turned from their evil ways, he relented, and he did not bring on them the destruction that he had threatened. And according to the scientific truth, the sign of the hour Islam, if the sun rises in the west, which according to the solar eclipses, it rises. It looks like it's rising from the west. Rosie, honey, I see you down there like a little baby. I do see you. What you doing, honey? What you doing, Rosie? You trying to be a baby down there? Is that what you're doing? We see you down here, Rosie. What you doing? You playing around? You want to be a baby? You can be a baby, Rosie. Rosie did you get that bird? We don't want to ask Rosie, did she get that bird? Rosie, did you get that red bird out there, or did it have its own demise? Listen to me, honey. Rosie, are you a little baby? You did not. I don't think you got it because you normally leave birds alone. I think you just play with the voles, right, Rosie? Is that right? You also, there's something to it. Okay, I didn't want to read it anymore. I'm not going to read it anymore. I'm not. There's something going on. There truly is something happening. So, yeah. With the, some people didn't have sometimes someone to tell them that they don't have nothing to say, nice to say, don't say nothing at all, suspicious skies. There are people who they like to say whatever. You wouldn't put it past our overlords. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I want to hold Rosie. I want to hold Rosie. Rosie, please let me hold you, honey, because I love you so much, Rosie. Come on, let's get on here with me, honey, because you're my baby. You're thinking I don't know about this. Do you know about it, Rosie? She's not too happy. Go back down in your little chair. She wants to lay down, Rosie, honey. You can do it. Okay, she's done. I've done rent it for her. I did, you all. But there's something about the eclipse. X marks the spot. If you don't repent of your ways, according to some of the talk going around, we're going to cause destruction on America within 40 days. Within 40 days, and that's where someone wrote in the comment section, 40 days after the eclipse, something was going to happen. Somebody wrote that in the comment section. You got 40 days. 40 days, Jesus was on the mountain or something for 40 days, and Noah was in the ark for 40 days and 40 nights. The number 40 is significant. Oh. The Lord is speaking loudly. He who has ears, let him hear what the Spirit says. So this is fact check. Nineveh, Texas. Whether there's any merit to that or not, it's fine. It is, but there is. Everybody's supposed to go out and watch the solar eclipse. The news is quite clear on that. They got a special. They had a special bulletin about this. A special article about the solar eclipse and the sun rising in the, oh, thank you, Anima Up. The April the 8th plus, yeah, thank you. Everybody's supposed to go outside and watch the solar eclipse. You'll see the double comet coming in the sky. You will, but if the sun rises in the west, that's the prophecy that is, I hear the sirens again outside. The sirens are going down the road again. Total solar eclipse, New Madrid, Missouri. New Madrid. Poof, poof. Why do you got a New Madrid, Missouri? It's the Ring of Fire, 159 in the New Madrid area of Missouri. It's what it's going to look like right like this. Right like that. So you're going to watch it looking. You're going to watch, see what it's going to look like if you can't get outside. We can look at it on here if you're not going to go outside and look at it in real life. This is what it's going to look like. Okay? This is what it's going to look like. Okay. Like that. So I'm not going to go outside and I'm not going to look at it. The sun's going to look like this. You can see, look, it's got the little things around it. There comes the moon. This is the New Madrid. Rosie, honey, come over here because you're a little baby. This has countdown to begins. It got 19 days, 16 hours, 44 minutes, and 4 seconds. The countdown. They got a countdown, you all. This is wild. It's all over the place. I'm going to go. It's 6:58. I'm probably going to be done with the videos for tonight. I might come back, but I don't know because that's why I get myself in trouble. Come on here too much, Gina. But really, this is important. If the sun is truly going to appear to come from the west, like they said, during a total solar eclipse, it's according to the prophecy or something like that, and they want people to go outside. That's all I'm saying. So many different types of storylines out there. And one of those storylines has got to be true. Look at the baby Rosie over here. Rosie, honey, what you doing? Rosie, honey, tell me. Rosie, what you doing over there, honey? Rosie. You're still trying to grasp how the small moon can block out the huge sun. Well, they appear both the same size in the sky. They really do. Rosie. So that's where Rosie wants to sit. She wants to sit right there and clean herself up for the night. She does. So I'm going to go, you all. This is the total solar eclipse. The sun rising in the west. It's in the news. It's the news. Yeah. Okay, see, he's got this total solar eclipse. X marks the spot in Little Egypt. So that's in the United States. Little Egypt. There's the sirens coming again. I don't know what's going on. That's the third time I've heard these sirens. Wow. Sounds like police cars too. Sounds like police cars. If you just you go back and watch this video from the very beginning, I'm done talking. So with that being said, thank you all, and please give this video a thumbs up. You can watch the video earlier, but this is added to it. This is if I feel led within my spirit, if there's something else I'm supposed to share, I will immediately come on here and I'll share whatever I feel led within my spirit to share. If I hear something I feel like I need to share, I'm going to come back on here regardless of how many videos I've done. Even though one part of me said, Gina, get off of there. If it's supposed to come out, it's going to come out. Okay, I'm going to listen to the spirit within me. I am. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you, moderators. Thank you all for your comments. We got to watch how this is going to play out because this is really interesting. Something's going to happen on that day. Well, we know something's going to happen. The people are going to go outside. They're going to get their glasses. They're going to watch. But what will truly happen, you may not be able to see it right away. Why does that look like that? You know what that looks like? A protractor, protractor tool or something. That looks like a measurement symbol right there. See right there? Looks like some kind of a measurement symbol. It does. All right, I'm going to go. Please give this video a thumbs up. Hit that like button, you all, the thumbs up, and hit that subscribe button. And thank you for joining. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I don't even know what the tab is. Is that the symbol of anarchy? Are you serious, Scrappy Doo? That's the symbol of anarchy? No. Is that really the anarchy symbol? I got to look that up. The anarchy symbol? What is the symbol for anarchy? ANARCHY symbol. Oh, he's right. Oh my gosh, he's right. That's the symbol of anarchy. That's the symbol of anarchy. Oh, it's the same. It's the symbol of the ox in Hebrew. Laquanda, honey. Look up tab. What's the tab? What's tab mean? Anarchy symbol. Let's look up tab. Is it tab? T-A-V. Is it a symbol? Is it a symbol? No. See, I don't know what. Is it a symbol? Because I don't know what no tab is. A tab symbol. S-Y. See, I was getting ready to end it. Symbol. There's something really. Okay, this is the tab symbol right here. Yeah, it's a symbol of tab. The Aleph tab. I don't know what it means. I don't. That's there too. What is it supposed to mean? Oh, this is alpha and omega. That's like look at that. Hey, it's the alpha and omega symbol too, kind of sort of. Oh. That's all I need to know. Okay, that's all I need to know. That is all I need to know by looking at that right there. That's it. Yeah. The alpha and the omega. The beginning and the end, the first and the last. Okay, here it is right here. Why did they do that? Why did they put that symbol on there? That's the rest of the symbol right there. So we got that symbol. We got X marks the spot. We got the devil. The devil's comet is coming. We got the anarchy symbol. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we got the west, the sun rising from the west. Rosie, honey, where did you go? You didn't know where Rosie went. I'm going to go. I'm done. So yeah, thank you all for your input on there. That's really good because we want to get as much information on here as possible in the comment section because people like to read the comments during the live stream. If you got something to share and it's really important like that, that is important. It's symbolic. And then maybe going to assimilate blackjack gator, honey. I talked about that blackjack gator in the very first part of this video right here. They want us to see a solar eclipse. In the very first part of it, I did. I'm not going to say that I didn't because I did. I talked about what if we're going to see the UFOs in the sky and people are going to be outside and they're going to see the UFOs in the sky. That is, if you come to this video and you watch it, I've got down here in the description, if you click on this right here, this is where the eclipse, where you start seeing the eclipse stuff. But before then, up until then, is nothing but the ships. But if you click right here, it's the eclipse stuff. Let's take it to the eclipse. So I'm going to get ready to go downstairs. I'm going to go upstairs from here, and then I'm going to be on the eclipse map. Okay, that's where we're going to go. To go to 2444 is what we're going to do. All right, I'm going to go. I'm going to find something to eat. I think I'm going to go downstairs and fry some shredded cabbage that I picked up at GFS. Did a great big bag of shredded cabbage with some carrots and some purple cabbage. Some, yeah. I think I'm gonna just like fry it in a pan. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I think it's gonna taste good. It was only $6 for a great big 3-pound bag. It's pretty cool. So with that being said, you all have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you, Al, honey. If there's any other moderator on here, thank you. And I know this is 2 videos back to back, but if there's some important information that needs to get out, we got to stay on top of this stuff because there's a reason why it's all. Look what they say. It's the march to the eclipse. The march to the eclipse. Darkness falling over the land. Rosie, honey, is that you over there? You look like a little baby. Is that you, honey? You got to lay down. Rosie, honey, can you look here? Okay, you're a little girl. You know you are. It's okay. You go ahead and go to sleep. Go on. That's what she does first. She'll go over there. She'll sit in the chair first. Then she'll go over there and she'll lay down for a while. And then she'll come in the chair. I'm going to go, you all. Please give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, join button. Thank you. And we're going to keep on top of this. We are. Love you. Chicken soup with, oh yes, leftover chicken's great. Love you.